What's up, guys? We are back with a new chat from HMO. This is our fifth chat. And sorry about last week. Last week we were really busy, so we couldn't update you guys on the chat. And I am back with Mafizel.
Hello, guys.
Yeah, we are back for another week, and we are talking about a host of stuff. We're going to be talking about, of course, Bounties of Bathos. We're going to be getting more into the Hunters Guild and the stories. We're going to be talking about Marvel, some sci-fi comics, and we're going to be talking heavily on rare statues, the edition size, and the value of the aftermarket of these pieces. So let's first kick things off with Bounties of Bathos, and we are going to be updating you on Crow King, and I'm going to pass it over to Mafizel, who's been working on a new head for the character. We just kind of tweaked it. So Mafizel, tell us about what you've been working on.
All right. So yeah, like what Danny was saying, I've been working hard on making the new helmet, the one that we promised everybody that we're going to be showing. Now, I didn't like the way the helmet looked previously. We liked the general concept of it, but I completely redid it. So I have a sketch of the helmet behind me. Now, just bear in mind that this is still a first pass. Me and Danny were still tweaking it here and there. But generally, we like the helmet that we have right now. Can you guys see this one?
Yeah, I can see it. And the thing with Bathos is a lot of times me and Mafizel, we keep changing till it is perfect, till we think it's perfect, until we think the art is good. And what I kind of liked with this one, if you can just speak about it, like what you did with the front and then go slowly to the back, because I think it looks really awesome.
Yeah. So what I did for this one is like, just like the previous helmet that we showed you guys, is that we wanted to base this on the beak of the crow, because he is called Crow King. So if you can see over here, the beak is very prominent over here. And the way I've worked on the details is I had to make sure that this is going to be a bit more artistic, but over here you can see that there's not a lot of detail on this particular helmet on top. That's because when we want, because Crow King is so busy, he's got so much detail, so we need the eyes when people look at it to be able to rest a little bit. So we're keeping this very clean, but then all the details are right about here, where his mouth is. And then when I turn around slowly to the back, we've got this sort of an element of a feather, these two things over here. It just plays out very well to make that very nice X shape.
It does, and I really like the frontal view. It really makes him look menacing, and it's gonna do a lot. The second head, this one, because it's gonna be a whole different take on the character. I think it's gonna change everything on the character in terms of how he looks, and I really like it. I really like this one. We're gonna tweak it a little bit more, but this is the general concept for it.
Yeah, definitely. So next week, hopefully, if we get a better tweak, I'm going to try and put it on the body, and maybe we can show it to you guys and see how it looks like on the body. I already saw it on the body. It looks fantastic. The way it balances out the statue and the way the feathers work, I think it's going to look good for sure.
Yeah, and can you tell us, like, just what was your reference behind making this particular shape for Crow King?
Right, so I told you it was based on the crow's beak, remember?
Yeah, but did you use anything in pop culture or anything like that?
Right, so we are big fans and geeks and nerds of sci-fi, and there was this game. I don't remember how long it was ago, but it's called Zone of Enders.
Ah! It's amazing. I love that game.
I love that game. Not only do I love the
second
game,
one?
No, I played the first one. I don't even remember how long ago. I think it was on the PS1, wasn't it?
Second one, I think they were both on the PS1.
Yeah, but the designs of them. So this one is heavily influenced by stuff like Zone of Enders and then Evangelion as well. So all these really classic sci-fi helmets, they all have this kind of shape. And because when I was building it and I looked at the beak of the crow, the head of the crow, it does remind me a little bit of those elements. So I infused it into this one.
Can you put like a button on it so it can go like, ah! Ah! that'll be really cool, though. Okay, so yeah, that's a new update for you guys. And just a reminder, everybody that ordered Crow King will be getting the second head. If it's the first time that you are logging on to the chat, it is everybody that orders within the first 50 days will get the kind of the extra part. So it's not really an exclusive, it's just more for the people that are supporting us from the beginning.
Just coming back on the chat thing, there's some, I don't know how we, because every time we do a chat and people log in and watch it and people ask us questions, the only thing is that we can't see it. There's something wrong and we can't see the question and answer section. So please don't think we're ignoring you. It's just that there's something wrong. We couldn't figure out how to actually show the question and answers on our chat.
Yeah, we're still a little bit Stone Age, so we're still like kind of learning everything. The first time it took us so long to just set this up. We're just like, oh no, how do we do it? Let's Google it. Anyway, okay, cool. Now going forward, what you guys can be excited for is every end of the month, we're going to be releasing short stories on the website. But before I get into the short stories, Mafizel, can you just update everybody when Ben Wu will be launching the website? Is there a date for that, or is it still TBA?
Right, so currently the website, what we're doing is, the website is almost ready.
And this is just a Bathos-related website, yes, just for the Bathos statues.
It's a specialized website. It's a complete website where you can actually go and see the content of Bathos, understand the universe, understand the world, look at the products, look at the pictures, buy the art prints. If you're interested in the art prints, you can buy it off the website. What Ben Wu is waiting for right now, well, he's not really waiting. He's finalizing it. What he wants to do is he wants to make sure that we have enough content, and that's where Danny comes in. When he finally polishes his first short story, we're going to be launching that together with the website.
So yeah, there's so much pressure on me now, guys. Like, yeah. Thanks for this, you know.
So we're going to be able to. So we're going to launch the website, and then you get the first short story of Ren is going to be there, so you guys can get a good cup of coffee and sit down and launch the website, and you can learn a lot more about Bathos and the characters on the website.
Cool. Yeah, and
so we're targeting when Danny finishes.
Yeah. Okay. It's all my fault, but no. But to be honest, I have started working on basically what we're going to be doing is for every character that's released, we're going to be doing short stories. And the first short story that we're going to be, well, the second one, because I've already finished the first one, that's on the Ren. The second one is for Sorrow. And it's kind of, Sorrow's the third character, which we're going to be showing at Singapore Comic-Con 2017. And it's kind of her origin story. So Sorrow before she became Sorrow, and how she got the name Sorrow and how she joined the Knights and stuff like that. So we're going back before even Ren was born, before even her father was born. So yeah, it's going to be a very interesting story, and it's going to show you a little bit more about the Zectus and what their plans are for humanity. So I'm really excited to finish that story, and hopefully in November, after we've edited it and tweaked it and stuff, it's October, yeah. So November it will be ready. And then what you can expect for November into December is Mafizal and myself, we are working very, very hard on the fourth character, which is going to be at the show. And we're not naming his name, but he is the sons of Connor. They are all called ghosts because the people on Bathos, they don't actually know if these hunters exist.
they're kind of like a myth of the, like, people in bathos talk about them, but they don't really know whether, you know, like you talk about the chupacabra, but nobody really knows whether they exist or not. You know what a chupacabra?
Exactly. Or like Santa Claus, or like, I don't know, the Black Madonna, or whoever. So these hunters, because they have the ability to teleport, it is very, very difficult to pinpoint them and where they will be in certain locations. And so the green ghost is what we've been working on. And Mafizal, can you tell them a little bit about how many times we have changed the green ghost concept art to fit our world?
Okay, before I say how many times we've changed it, let me explain to you what concept art means first. Now, concept art is anything from a piece of writing or a piece of sketch. I mean, Danny does concept art as well. If you can believe me, he actually draws on pieces of tissue paper. He draws pieces of pens, of scraps. It's like, hey, here's how it kind of can look like. You know, it's got three. I'm not saying that he has three hands, but he's got three hands and blah, 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 and so on and so forth. And that's a piece of concept art.
Yeah, they're really bad, but I think only Mafizal can understand it.
So how many times have we changed it? I lost count, man. Yeah, I think the way we work with these kind of things is that we've got so many ideas flying, and especially when people who are on the creative side, like Danny, he's got tons of ideas going through his head every day when he's walking, when he's eating a hot dog, when he's ideas coming all the time. So we put them down, but then ideas are really, like what I always tell Danny, ideas are really cheap. Everybody can come up with good ideas, but how you execute it is important.
Yes.
So until we find an idea that we can actually execute, then only we'll go ahead with that particular concept. So probably, I don't know, hundreds.
Yeah, you know, Jaga, I mean,
what?
The green ghost! We need to edit that shit out, damn it! But anyway, the green ghost, we have been working on him, I think, since June. And he is about 70% finished. We kind of know what we want for this particular character. And we're hoping that you guys will be really excited. We are not going to show him no pictures, no videos, no nothing. We are just going to show him at the show, and then we'll release all the stuff online.
Just a little bit more tease. I think the ideas we came up, the concept for the green ghost.
The green ghost. Don't say his name.
The concept for the green ghost is really interesting. As with all the Bathos characters, they're really unique in terms of their design, and I think Danny and has come up with some really interesting ideas. I mean, the way the back is going to be designed.
Yeah, I love that. Just that idea. I mean, I can't wait for you to start sculpting that, because that has never been done on a collectible before. I don't think it's been done before, and this is a very, very important thing that we look for with each character. Has it been done before? If it has, we don't want to do it. We want to do something new. We want to do something fresh. And yeah, so I'm really excited about the Green Ghost, but I'm also excited about Sorrow. Mafizal has given me and the team a lot of updates on the sculpt. And honestly, guys, and I'm not trying to hype this, like, I'm very, very honest with how I judge the sculpts. If it's not better or if it's better, but I think Sorrow for a female sculpt is going to be just a little bit better than Ren. I'm really excited for the character. I think as Mafizal grows as an artist, he gets better, and I'm not trying to brown nose him, it's just kind of the truth. So can you tell us a little bit more about what you're sculpting right now?
So you're saying that as I grow older.
Yeah.
What I'm sculpting right now, okay, so I'm working on Sorrow as well as the helmet for Crow King. I'm I don't. We're not ready to show you yet. But the way I work on it is that the concept is true. We got the original concept. I think everybody's seen the concept already. I'm following that concept. I would say 90% of the concept will stay true, but I will, as an artist, I will put 10% of what I believe and how I sculpt it. Because when I sculpt it, you get it. You get different types of emotions and you get different types of moods, and those moods always affect the sculpt in one way or another. So I think because I'm so excited about the statue, there's a lot of things that are being improved and being tweaked, and then as it comes out and when it's finally done, it will still resemble the final. It will still resemble the original concept, but with minor improvements.
Cool. And one thing that you should know about Sora, and this is stuff that we can tell people, is that there's only 2 characters in the whole line that will have a light up weapon. And the one character is Sorrow, and the second character is Vortex. And in the story, these weapons are called lightning blades. And what they can do is they have the ability to kill Victus. Now, Victus are not Zectus. Victus are kind of Zectus's fathers, because Zectus are hybrids. And another thing on the Green Ghost, which you can look forward to, is the Green Ghost is the only hybrid of the Sons of Connor. There's more hybrids, but he's the only half something, half human. So yeah, it's going to be very, very exciting, guys. We are so excited to bring out the next 2 characters next year, and we are working on it very, very hard. Okay, so let's move on. And we are going to be, there's 12 hunters, and we are going to be breaking up the 12 hunters into kind of 4 different sections. And the first section that we're going to be talking about is the Hunters Guild. Now, the Hunters Guild, it's an organization that was started by a bunch of members, but the most important member is a member called X, and it's in a particular place in Bathos, which is called Hunters Canyon. And what we're going to
put up a picture of Hunters Canyon.
Yeah, put up a picture so people can see. But what we're going to be doing soon is I have a map. The first thing that I started before I started writing is I drew a map of the world. And Mafizel has seen the map. And what we're going to do...
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful drawing. We should show it to everyone.
We should, but I'm not going to show that one. I'm going to show the one that Ben Hu is going to make. And Ben Hu, he makes like amazing planets and solar systems and environments and stuff. And we're going to be posting the map online soon. So when we're talking about a particular place, at least you can kind of pinpoint it to, okay, that's where he's talking about.
All right. Danny, so just to show the guys, here's a work in progress of the Hunters Canyon. As you can see, this is actually in Bathos. Now, yes. the way that it's being done is because it's a foreign planet. Of course, the geology and everything is a little bit different than planet Earth because this is not Earth. So if you can see, there are structures, and it's a desolate planet. And I really like the way the structures are being done right now. Those things are not spaceships; they're actually rocks. The way the erosion is done is all completely different. And this canyon, Danny, you want to talk a little bit about what this canyon means for the story?
So Hunters Canyon is very, very important. It's where most of the humans were transported from Earth to kind of like work and cultivate minerals for the elite class. And in the Hunters Canyon, they formed the Hunters Guild. And the Hunters Guild is how you can become a celebrity very quickly. And in our story, how you can become a celebrity is by killing other people, becoming a bounty hunter. And that's where most of our characters come in. And the 3 characters which are formed in the Hunters Guild, the most popular is Rusty. Rusty, we've shown concept art for the character, and he won't be coming out next year. A few people ask me, will Rusty be in the lineup next year? But sadly, he won't. But with Rusty, what we're going to do is me and Mafizel, we are going to keep the original concept, but we're going to tweak it a little bit better. so you guys can get a more complete sculpt. And then we have Ren, the White Witch, and that's where our story starts in the current novel, where she becomes very, very popular. And then we have another character called Dina the Wolf. And Dina the Wolf comes out in maybe the third novel. So she is a future character. And basically, they are all part of the Hunters Guild. So the Hunters Guild gets these particular bounty hunters contracts, and then they do the deed, they're paid, and nobody knows about it. And that's the Hunters Guild. And we are going to be explaining more about the guild on the website. I've written like a bunch of articles, like who they are, what they do, and how they are influenced by the Queen of Bathos.
Amber,
yes. And not next year, 2018, what we're doing with Bounties of Bathos is we theme in all the years. So next year is the Sons of Connor. We're going to be showing you the 2 knights which are with who are Croking's like generals in the worlds. And then the following year, we're going to be showing you the Paros monarchy. So there is a monarchy in our world, and Amber is the queen, and there is the Queen's Guard Vortex. So at the show, we will be showing the concept art of Amber. We're going to have a poster of her, like what's coming next, so you guys can get all excited and stuff like that. And
yes,
I think Mafizel is really, really excited to work on the Queen, because the Queen will be one of our most important characters. All our characters are important, but in terms of the story, she is one of the main villains in the story.
I can already imagine. To be honest, it's still in toilet paper phase. When I say toilet paper,
yeah,
draw toilet paper. So it's still under conception, but I think the way we're gearing towards it, Amber is shaping up to be one really unique character. I mean, who doesn't love a queen?
yes.
I mean, she's gonna be beautiful. She's gonna be powerful. She's gonna be how do you say somebody that's not evil but is evil? Iffy. She's powerful. When you're powerful, it's easy for people to think you're evil, right?
Yeah.
But we don't know yet whether she's evil or not.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot to look forward to with Bounties of Bathos. And what you guys can do is you can give us some suggestions what you want to see as an extra on the Green Ghost. So do you want to see an extra helmet? Do you want to see an extra weapon? Do you want to see, I don't know, a plant coming out of his base? Or you can give us some suggestions on that, because we haven't thought that far yet. We're still on Sorrow, and we would love to hear your guys' feedback. So if you can post it in the HMO Insider Bounties of Bathos group or on this chat, and yeah, we'll look into it, because we are up for good ideas. Yes. We like good ideas.
Yeah.
Okay, so anything else on Zabathos?
Well, no.
No? Okay, yeah, I think we've like really, we've given a lot of information for you guys to be excited about, just like how we're excited. Okay, so moving on, we are going to be talking about Marvel this week. And in particular, we are going to be talking about Netflix Marvel, the series that they are coming out with. Everybody seems to be talking about them, and there seems to be this big hype because Netflix is coming out with really good original content and getting a lot of people to subscribe, which is a good thing, good for them.
I think the partnership is going really, really well. So their first Marvel show was Daredevil, wasn't it?
Well, don't quote me on that, because I'm not a Netflix and chill guru, but I think it was Daredevil.
Well, even if it wasn't, I think that's the first Marvel what do you call it? Marvel IP, Marvel property that Netflix really, really was successful. I think that's what pulled everybody to associating Netflix with Marvel somehow, because I think they got a really good formula with Daredevil. Don't you think so?
Yeah, I mean, Daredevil is amazing because what they did is kind of what Christopher Nolan did with Batman. They took the character back to how the character was originally made, and they kind of gave it a very realistic feel to it. So, if he's punched hard, he's going to fall on the floor, even if he's, a superhero or something like that. Or if he's shot, he's going to be injured for the next 4 episodes, So I think people, they kind of like the more realistic aspect, even though that these are superheroes and even though that they have powers, but they still want it to be kind of realistic in a way that someone can see themselves as a hero. And I think that's why Daredevil was just amazing.
Yeah, I think so. It's all about connection. It's all about being able to relate to a character. Like what you said, Daredevil is, although he's a superhero, he does get hurt. And I think people can really relate to that because on your everyday life, you get hurt, not physically, but mentally or emotionally. And I think when people watch it, they can relate to it. Plus, I think the acting, the actors, as well as the screenplay was amazing. The way they did it, I think it was really good. And I think they're using the same formula and making the rest of it.
Definitely. And, with acting, you need to choose the right people for the role. And the guy that, I forget his name, but the guy that plays Daredevil, he is like, for me, that is one of the best Marvel interpretations of a hero that I've seen on screen.
Sophie's telling me his name is.
This is Wilson Fisk.
Oh, we're talking about. Are we talking about Wilson Fisk or are we talking about Daredevil?
Daredevil.
Yes, Daredevil actor. So anyway, that actor, I forgot his name as well. I'm sorry. But the last time I saw him acting was in Stardust. And
really?
Charlie Cox.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the last time I saw him acting was in Stardust. And then I was like, when they announced that he's the next Daredevil, I'm like, are you sure he's
yeah. Yeah, but he did really well. And I liked season 1 a little bit better than season 2 because I think the Kingpin character, as a villain, that guy, he just smashed the role. And but I did enjoy season 2. What I didn't like about it is kind of with those immortal ninjas that he was going around and killing and stuff, and that's where the series kind of became a little bit more supernatural than realistic. And I was hoping that it could stay more with like Punisher and him, with his struggle against Punisher. But all in all, the 2 seasons for Daredevil were kick-ass. I mean, I can't wait for season 3.
Yeah, definitely. And then after Daredevil, it was Jessica Jones, right?
Yes, Jessica Jones. And I haven't watched Jessica Jones. I don't even know about. Oh, did you watch Jessica Jones?
Oh my God, Jessica Jones is.
Is it good?
Yeah, I watched Jessica Jones. Let me talk a little bit about Jessica Jones.
Okay, tell us about it.
So, Jessica Jones is a character in the Marvel universe. She's got her fan base for sure, but she's not a major character. Her power is she's strong. She's very strong.
That's the girl from True Lies. She's hot. Anyway, just thought I'd throw that in there.
Anyway, what's the villain's name?
The Purple Man.
Yes. So she's got this ability where she's very strong, but the way they tell her is like she's if you watch this series in the 1950s, it will probably be the classic detective show. You know, the one with the hat and he's got a cigarette on. Yeah.
Oh, I like those type of films, like noir type.
Correct. So although it's got a modern flavor to it, everything is a little bit more modern, and the way she dresses is a bit more modern, but she's this private investigator that investigates stuff and has a very, very dark history that happened to her. And then they've got this villain. Man, this villain, he's amazing. He acted in Doctor Who. He's the actor in Doctor Who, and I never.
Yeah, it is. I can see from the picture. Man, I'm going to put this on my bucket list.
So
Gotta watch this.
his evil name is the Purple Man, and his ability.
Okay, go on. That's just so funny.
It's awesome. So, what's the name of the character?
Purple Man.
No, but the name. Anyway, so it's the Purple Man.
Okay.
So because he wears purple all the time. But
Okay.
his ability is he can tell anybody to do anything, and they cannot say no, and they have to do it. So the way the story, but the way the story progresses, wow, it's amazing. The acting is good, the writing is good, and again, they did it. It's very relatable. They bring down this whole superhero thing down to a level where even with your superpowers, there's nothing much you can do because the world around you is more powerful than your powers.
Oh,
So
nice.
So I think the way they did it, it's the same formula that Netflix did.
Nice. So the next one is Luke Cage, and that came out, I think, last month. And I've watched up to episode 5, so I'm not quite finished with Luke Cage. And it's good. It has a feel of I think it's made in New York, if I'm not mistaken, and it has kind of a gangster type feel to it, where Luke Cage is very, very powerful. Like he got these powers from. It's kind of like Wolverine. He got it in like a lab and stuff where they were experimenting on him, and he's just like really powerful. Like, I don't know, he's like Superman or something.
He's got unbreakable skin, right? Does he have like I haven't watched it, so I don't know much about the story, but Luke Cage did an appearance in Jessica Jones. So
oh nice.
Luke Cage and Jessica Jones was together. So
Okay, cool.
That was the first appearance of Luke Cage. He appeared in Jessica Jones. That's where I saw him. But his power is unbreakable skin. That's what they said in Jessica Jones.
Oh, nice. Okay. I kind of picked that up from the last episode. And the first couple of episodes were a bit slow, but you can see that it's going to get a lot better. So I think there's 10 episodes altogether. So we will come back and we will speak about Luke Cage when we've both finished it and give a proper review on that. But it looks good. It looks very interesting. It's a very original take on a character. And so moving on, Iron Fist.
Yes, we pull up a picture of Iron Fist.
There was, I think there's 2 trailers, very, very brief trailers on Iron Fist, but I am really excited for this because, with the whole martial arts aspect to it, and I'm like a big, big fan of Kung Fu movies. Like, if you name a Kung Fu movie in the 90s, I've watched that Kung Fu movie.
Have you watched Enter the Dragon?
Of course I've watched Enter the Dragon.
Have you watched, oh my God, Drunken Master?
Drunken Master 1 and 2, and part 2 was way better, by the way. I've watched them all. Like, basically, me and my one friend, we were like Kung Fu junkies in the 90s, and we were just like, oh my gosh, we couldn't fight. So we were like, okay, we're going to learn Kung Fu. And we tried and, freestyle, and we went to school and we got beat up, and we were just like, okay, let's watch the movies. Because, but yeah, I'm really pumped about Iron Fist. And do you want to say about Iron Fist?
To be honest, I'm not very familiar with the character at all. I saw Iron Fist. I did not read the comics. I have to be honest. I did not read the comic. I did see some Iron Fist in a Marvel cartoon. but I don't know much about the character. Do you know? Can you tell me a little bit about Iron Fist?
No, I don't know much about the character, but I know that he like fights in kung fu style, so that's cool for me.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
but
he
was in Daredevil season 1. They showed him. He was meditating and looking away from.
Oh, I didn't know that. Really?
Yeah, there was one scene, if I'm not mistaken, he has like all the cuts on his back, and he's meditating. It's kind of when Daredevil was being trained by that blind guy.
Yeah.
There was a scene in there.
So wait, Iron Fist is together with that blind guy? Wow, I didn't know.
No, I don't know if he's together with the blind guy, but he was in Daredevil.
Yeah. Well, the reason why I don't know much about Iron Fist is, again, to be honest, I'm a bigger DC fan and rather than a Marvel fan. So yeah.
Yeah, in terms of DC and Marvel, I kind of keep it locked with 2 characters, Magneto and Wolverine. So I don't know too much because there's so much content that Marvel brings out. I mean, since I was born on, so many characters. But we are interested in these just because we're comic book fans at the end of the day. And I don't know if you saw the new poster for Logan.
Oh, wait. Huh? I'm kidding, I have it.
Yeah, and this was released a couple of days ago, and in my understanding that this is from Old Man Logan movie, but what it is about is in Old Man Logan, the movie, there is the property of, I don't know if Fox is involved in this, but there has to be Hulks in Old Man Logan because if you read the comic of Old Man Logan, the Hulks are the main villains of Old Man Logan. So I'm not sure if they're going to stay true to the comic, and I really hope they do because I'm a massive Mark Miller fan. He is my favorite comic book writer like ever. But I don't know,
Yeah, but if you look about if you are in the industry and you're talking to and understanding, looking at what's happening out there in the statue collectibles, a lot of statue companies have already started making Wolverine, and that means that the license for Wolverine is already available with Disney for them to be able to do it.
So I'm not talking about Wolverine. I'm talking about Hulk.
I know, but Hulk is a Marvel property, which means it's no longer Hulk does not belong to Fox.
Yeah, but don't forget that Hulk wasn't in the Avengers for a reason.
Avengers?
There's some problems with Hulk as well in terms of movies, I think.
Wait, Hulk was in the Avengers. What are you talking about?
No, Hulk was not in the second Avengers. Did you watch the second Avengers, Civil War?
Civil War, yes, he was not in Civil War. But okay. But what I'm saying is that those 2 licenses are available. And I think if they can make it work with Fox and Disney and Marvel, and hopefully Hulk is in that one because he was taking a rest from Civil War, he can come back into Old Man Logan. Again, this is just my theory because I want to see Hulk together fight with Wolverine. Who doesn't want to do that?
Yeah, of course. I mean, if Hulk is not in Old Man Logan, I don't know if it's going to be good because then who's the villain going to be? I mean, they can't really do like what they did with Deadpool because, Deadpool, they used 2 other X-Men that weren't in the X-Men films, but that was amazing because it was kind of a comedy. But I'm not... Marvel doesn't disappoint, and I was a little bit disappointed from the last Wolverine that they made in Japan. It was, I don't know, the villain and everything. It was just a little bit underwhelming and, my personal opinion on the X-Men films is they're not really as good as the comics, maybe just because I'm a hardcore reader of Wolverine and stuff like that. But I like the first Wolverine. the first one that they did, the first solo one. The second one was okay. The third one was a little bit not to my standard. But what do you think about the 3 Wolverine films?
The first one was very nice.
Yeah, I like the first
one. The first one was X-Men Origins, right? It was
with the Sabretooth when they're both young and they're involved in stuff.
It was with the first Deadpool, right?
Yes.
That was really funny. But the first one was really good because it's original and we've never seen a Wolverine show like that before. And then the second one, can you remind me what was the second one?
The second one was, I think this is the third one. The second one was the Japanese one, I think.
So the second one is the Japanese one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the second one is the Japanese one. It's got a Ducati bike in that. I know because I'm a Ducati fan. But yes, it was a little bit underwhelming because I think they want this. The storyline is very, very nice, but the way they execute it was a little bit too slow.
Yeah.
It was not action enough. It was like it was a bit drony, I think.
Yeah.
That's
and
why.
again, the second one is again like what they did with Daredevil season 2 is they started bringing these immortal characters in, and the whole thing with the Silver Surfer. I mean, the Silver Samurai. Silver Samurai is a cool character, but I don't know just how they executed the second one, or if I think it is the second one. Then, but Old Man Logan is look. I have it. I've read it like about 10 times. It's like really close to where I sit every day. And
Danny doesn't get disappointed because he's.
This is the best comic that Marvel has ever made, ever. So I'm really hoping, and I mean the Hulks need to be there, and I'm hoping there's an old Hawkeye. That would just be brilliant. But I'm sure Marvel's going to mix it up. And I hope it's kind of done like Guardians of the Galaxy, because that was a brilliant interpretation of the universe.
Yeah, so it's coming out on the March the 3rd. So we're looking forward to that one. I'm probably going to watch it on IMAX 3D.
Definitely.
Well,
I mean, because it's Wolverine, and Hugh Jackman said that it is his last appearance as the character. And I think he's played as the character for like a good 12 years. I mean, no one in like history has played a superhero as much as Hugh Jackman. So props to him. I mean, I think he's done 4 X-Men films, 2 Wolverines, plus guest appearences. Yeah, man. For Wolverine, he's a great actor. I mean, there's no way they could make Wolverine 5'3" and hench like that, So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. And I still think through the whole year, I still think Deadpool was my favorite film. It was really original and it was funny, and I really loved Deadpool.
It's yeah. I mean, me too. I mean, we did when they announced Deadpool, everybody's like, huh? How's that gonna work?
Yeah,
but it really made it work. It was awesome, and I think they casted the right character again.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds. I mean, he is amazing. That guy, like, even since Waiting, like I don't know if you watch Waiting. We made a film a long time ago when he was like a teenager. I've been a big fan of the character. He didn't do quite well as Green Lantern, but I think DC should reboot the whole Green Lantern story arc and stuff, because Green Lantern is it's kind of like DC's Star Wars line, the lanterns and the universe for them is huge, and I think they should reboot that line.
They have a huge fan base. I know a lot of Green Lantern fans, and I think after the Green Lantern movie came out, they kind of kept quiet. I don't know.
Yeah, like just nobody spoke about it. It was just like taboo, just like that's not the Green Lantern. So anyway, let us go on quickly to video games, and just one section that we're going to talk about video games, and it is are they called VR, virtual reality machines? Things that you put on your.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
and I think Sony is releasing theirs next month, actually.
I think they.
And I was in the mall the other day, and Google was releasing like kind of they've made this like a demo type version where you put your phone through this like cardboard VR thing, and you can like kind of see through your phone, and there's apps for it and stuff like that. It seems to be the future of gaming. It seems to be that is where the gaming industry is going to. And I'm a little bit, I'm not for the idea, I'm more of, third person, playing third person shooters or third person adventure games, RPGs. And I mean, having this thing on your head and controlling it like this, it's just, I don't know. What do you think about the whole VR experience? No, kind of like Wii Fit, like Wii Fit was like, get your machine and get out and get fit and stuff. But then the people that started using Wii Fit were like just women trying to do yoga and like kids and stuff. So I don't know, like, is that something that you're interested in?
I think the core group of the hardcore gamers will still want to hold a pad in their hand or hold a mouse and play.
It's kind of like a book, isn't it? You can put all of these things on digital, digital content on your phone but you want to hold a book.
But you cannot deny that this whole VR thing is amazing. Is that the only one that you've tried? You've never tried?
I've seen like, it is the only one that I've tried, and I've seen a lot of demos and a lot of videos online. And to be honest, the idea is amazing.
I've tried the Oculus One. I've tried the new Oculus, the one that doesn't make you sick anymore. I've also tried the Vive. Oh my God, that's completely blew my mind away.
Who's the Vive? Is the Vive PS4?
HTC came up with a VR unit. It's called Vive.
Oh.
So what it is it's got sensors that senses where you are in 3D space, and you've got two controllers on your hand, and you've got this thing, and you play like zombie games and sci-fi. Yeah, and you feel and immersed. You forget that you're in the real world. You're completely immersed, and it's mind blowing.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw that thing on YouTube. It was so funny. Like they took the things to like an old age home, and they put it on these like old women was shooting zombies, and they were like, oh my gosh, it was so funny.
Yeah, but it's amazing. It's an amazing tech. I don't know where the future is going to go. I hope that people can find ways to use it creatively. But like I said, there will always be a core bunch of people that will love to play with the mouse and on the gamepad, and that will never go away.
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of like 2D games, They're still releasing 2D games on PS4. They're just, the digital arcade games.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still releasing it for people because there's a big audience for, the retro gaming.
Like me.
And me. And everyone else. But are you getting the new Nintendo?
I want to. When is it out? It's in November,
it's out next month in November. And there's the Mega Drive as well, with the Mortal Kombat 1 and
the Mega Drive
all the classic games.
Yeah, man.
And we don't even have time to play those games because you know what? We got to make Bathos characters for you guys.
Yes.
And ourselves, actually.
We love so many things, but we don't have time to play.
Yeah, we don't have time. I don't know why I bought the new PlayStation. The one with the 4K and stuff, and I'm not even playing the one that I have. But anyway. Okay, so moving on, the last segment of the show is going to be about statues. We're going back, and we are talking about statues. And the first topic that we are talking about is rare statues. So we are big fans, Mafizel and myself, of rare statues. And there has been loads of rare statues that are not talked about that much. in the community, and most of them are bronze statues. And mainly why these are not talked about that much is because they are very expensive, especially on the aftermarket. Bowen did some bronze statues. I think he did.
Let me pull up a picture of that one.
I think he did a Hulk, a Captain America, and he has Spider-Man as well. He also did a Boba Fett, which is...
Yeah, this one. Is it this one? Is this one, right?
No, that's Sideshow. That's Sideshow, not Bowen.
No. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, right. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, so Bowen did a Boba Fett, and it has a marble base. And I think it goes for like $15,000 to $20,000. I think he made 50 of them. I might be mistaken with this. I'm not really, but they like these statues, these bronze statues. You can't even find one on eBay. Like the people that own these statues are not willing to sell them. They are like the grail of grails in the Marvel community and in the statue community, and they are very sought after because I think they only made 50. I think of the Spider-Man there was like 25 or something like that, and they're really, really nice. They're very classic interpretations of.
I have the picture of it finally. Let me pull it up really quickly. To be honest, as a collector myself, I've never seen this. Man, this looks... is it really marble, the base? Hold on.
Yeah, it is marble. And, you won't see it because it was sold out a very long time ago and people don't talk about it.
This is the one, right?
Yeah. People don't talk about it is because nobody sells them. And, you need to hunt down a few collectors and even if you do, these things, it's kind of like, I don't know if you know, but there was this company that did the replicas for the Star Wars lightsabers and blasters.
Yeah,
and
they call
the Boba Fett blaster, it goes for like, I don't know, like $3,000, $4,000, and that's if someone wants to sell it to you because they're very, very difficult to get.
You know what I like about this? Just looking at this picture, I have no idea how it's done. If it's bronze, fully bronze, it's amazing. How big is this one? Is it 1/6, 1/4?
I think it's 1/6, and
so what I like about it is that although it's bronze, he does still have those values of colors. I don't know whether it's patina or is it paint. But wow, it looks really amazing. Yeah. What is that sign? What is that on the base?
Oh, that's kind of just like a base. It's just a base, like steps that he's climbing up. And
but wow,
I don't really know why Bowen stopped these. I think maybe because I'm not sure actually. I don't want to say something that'll get me in trouble, but yeah, no, these statues are really rare, and Sideshow has done a few. Yeah. It didn't seem that Sideshows were very successful because you can still buy Sideshows on the website. I think they still have the Boba Fett, and they made a Jango Fett as well.
I have an Iron Man over here,
and. Oh no, but those are not the bronze ones. The bronze ones, it was the first picture that you put up. Those are limited to 25 copies, and
this one, right?
Yeah, that one. And
how much are these going for?
I think it's 9,000, or Sideshow put it at 7,000 or something like that.
And just on that, I think there are collectors that buy them. I mean.
Definitely.
When you hear $9,000 and you go like, oh my God, $9,000 for a statue. But if you are a Boba Fett fan and you have the cash to burn, even if you don't have the cash to burn, these kind of rare statues, I think they're there are collectors out there that have it, and like you said, Danny, they probably will never ever sell it off.
Yeah, and collectibles and statues are also made for the rich. And they make these very limited, just like we were speaking about the Batman from DC, which is 5,000 for
Bronze, yeah.
For the bronze Batman. And yeah, I mean, if I was a millionaire, I'd buy them. There's lots of millionaires on the planet, and some of them are collectors. And to them, 9,000 is to you nine penny. 9 pence. So yeah, why not? And
but there are oh, we're delaying. Okay, so anyway, but there are some statues on the market today that are a little bit more affordable. Also, considered grail status, right?
Yes, there is. There's kind of three that everybody says is a grail. Well, most people, and the three are the Predator from Elite Collectibles. It goes now for about $5,000 to $6,000. I think I'm not too sure how much were made. It's 1/3. And there is Sideshow has like 3 or 4, which are really sought after, and the most popular one is Doom on Throne. Yeah, and this was sculpted by Pablo, and this is probably it's probably the best throne statue there is in terms of the sculpt, and it's it's like $3,000 to $4,000 to $5,000 for this.
Yeah,
and I was a collector at the time when this came up on Sideshow's website, and it took like nearly 8 to 9 months for this to sell out. I don't even know how much it was, maybe $400 or $399 or something. And just, at that time, collectibles were just kind of picking up. It's Sideshow old days, but to get one now is really, really difficult. And the other one is the Grey Hulk.
How much were you retailing for?
Sorry?
Originally, how much did you go for?
Grey Hulk or Doom? Doom, I'm not sure. I think it was between $300 to $400 is what Doom went for. It definitely wasn't more than $400 because I think Doom went up in 2007 or 2008, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and the other one is Grey Hulk, and I was really fortunate to get a Grey Hulk. Even if somebody offered me $5,000 for it, I wouldn't sell it because it's not. Sometimes it's not about money. It's more about this to me. Before I got this Hulk statue, a lot of people think that this statue, it looks kind of like a retarded monkey. But no, seriously, and I thought that as well. But this is Andy Bergholt's sculpt, and this is one of the best sculpts in terms of anatomy for this character that I've ever seen. This is how Hulk used to look in the beginning when he came out, and the gray one is limited to like 179 copies. I don't know how they came up with that edition size. It's quite weird. And there's a few APs and factory samples out there, which guys online have. And recently, this one has become very popular amongst collectors. There's a few guys in Polystone addicts that have. Some guys have 2, other guys have 3 of these. So they're collecting Grey Hulks, and I think with that's kind of what we want to do with Bathos, and when, like, in 10 to 20 years' time, if people look at Ren and they say, oh, Ren was only 125 ES, and if the rest of the characters do well, we're hoping that, the aftermarket prices on all of Bathos will go up, because we are strong believers at HMO about things being a collectible. And we are not bashing any other companies that make high edition sizes, because we, as a company, we are a very small company, and we cater to a very small amount of people in the industry. And people like Sideshow Collectibles, they cater to Mars, Saturn, and Earth. So they're doing really, really good work, and their scalps are really good. And we're not bashing anybody, but certain companies, they are a market for certain people, and I think Sideshow.
Yeah, and as a company, like what Danny was saying, we want to try and target. We want to make sure people buy our stuff collected. They collect brand stuff, high quality stuff, and hard to get stuff.
Yeah, it's very important. Like in 2013, when me and Mafizel came up with Bounties of Bathos, and the team were, the team were looking for an original line, and they were saying, what can we do and stuff like that. And I told Mafizel that, this line needs to be for people that like rare collectibles. It needs to be very, very limited. And it doesn't matter if we don't make profit on it. We think about that with other lines, or we do something else, but we need to target people that are looking for something which only 100 or 150 other people in the world have. So that's something, a promise from us, even on the 12th character, you'll never see the 12th character at an edition size of 300, or even, 275 is even way too much. The only time we will put a character ES higher is like when we do the alien. The alien is 10 foot tall. So if you do in 4 foot, in quarter scale, we need to make more so we can pay the factory, and we can pay, the artist, and we can pay for, the production team and everything. Because the bigger it is, the more expensive it is. And it's the same thing we did with Crow King. No, rare statues is how HMO. Can you just speak about HMO's future and how your perception on rare characters?
Right. So, am I delaying? Are you seeing a delay from my side? No.
You're cutting out a little bit. I don't know. Like like I can hear you, and then it's cutting out, and then I can hear you, and.
Okay. So I hope everybody can hear me. As a company, what I believe, I want to make sure that artworks that people love, people like. I want to be able to share my artwork with the world. And we want to make sure, like I said, we want to target rare collectibles, we want to target low edition size, and it's not that we don't care about profit, like what we said in our earlier show. We want to use that profit to create more stuff.
Yeah.
Right? And as a company in the future, that's where we want to go. We want to make sure that all the lines that we're going to do, we get a new license. We will also work with the licensees to make sure that we can sell them in the low ES. Because usually your licensees, when you get a license, they will want us to make 500 copies, just to make sure that we can hit the mark, hit the target. But if we get a license, we want to make sure we want to work with the license company to make sure that we can have low ES.
Yeah, and I think, with every lifestyle there is out there, I have a really rich friend that works with me. Her father's very rich, and she collects limited edition Dolce & Gabbana bags and limited edition, these Italian brands, and what is this other one called? What's the The famous French brand, the one with the C.
Chanel?
Yeah, and she collects very, like, there's Chanel shoes that go like 100 ES, like they only make 100, and they go for thousands of dollars online. And she's rich enough to buy these things. And there's women online that will buy these secondhand pairs just because you have them. And there's Hermes, and there's a lot of companies that actually do these exclusive, even with perfume, and even with cars. Ferrari will release 200 cars, or Mercedes will release 10 cars of a prototype, and there is collectors that will buy these. Now, we're not saying that our statues are the Ferrari of cars. We're not saying that, but what we are saying is that hi.
Yeah, nothing.
So what we are saying is that, we kind of just want everything to be really limited. Because if you go to an art studio or an art gallery, or if you collect fine art, like photography art, or they would take a picture of it, they will display it, and they will say there's only 20 of these in the world. And when those 20 are sold out, they will never ever sell that fine art or that photography again. And that's something that we want to kind of bring into the collectible field, where everybody is going one way with, the edition sizes that they have to be 500 or 1,000 or 10,000. We kind of want to go the other way. And we're making just a little bit amount just so that we can profit, so we can make another character. So,
but this thing on that is not only we're not saying that we're catering for the rich. We're not. We're saying
no, not at all. I mean,
we're catering for people that values certain things. For example, yes, I would love to have 5 gray houses, but I would probably, if I don't have money, I will be happy with one, and I will spend all my money getting the character that I really want, and something that I can really collect, and something that is rare. That's for me, that's the definition of a collector. Something to get is something that is rare.
Oh yeah, no, definitely, definitely. So, another topic is the aftermarket of prices when you buy collectibles, and the rare rate is, so if there's something from 1 to 100 ES, the buyers that will be in the field to get that particular piece will be a lot higher than if it's 10,000 ES, because if it's 10,000 ES, there's a high possibility that you can still buy it from the retailer because they still have in stock. And with HMO, what we kind of want to do is every statue if let's say you need to pay your cat bill and you don't have money to pay your cat bill, you can sell the statue and you can get what you paid for and a little bit more. So this is something that we we strongly believe in aftermarket prices, and it's not because you're buying the statue, so it's an investment. Do not invest in statues. I mean, you're buying it for an artwork.
Yes.
And but if you need to sell it, or if you need to sell it for space, let's say something else came out and you like that, then at least that you can give it to somebody else and you can make all your money back. So that's something that's really, really important. And the last topic is just about edition sizes going up. And over the past 3 years, I think more like 4 years, edition sizes have gone up with particular companies and particular licenses. And now that we have been trying for a license, I kind of understand, I mean, we're trying for many licenses, but I kind of understand the thought process of why they are going up. And why they are going up is because the licenses tell the companies that you have to sell a certain amount for you to get that license. Not so the companies can profit, but because, it's kind of like it's the terms and the conditions of the license. So if you get a license, you have to follow those terms and conditions. Am I correct?
Yes, so not only that, because when you get a license from really anybody, even if somebody comes to you and says, I want to make a licensed statue of Ren, you as a creator will say, okay, if you want to make a statue of Ren, I need you to make it so that she is popular, she sells out, and a lot of people see it. Then only I'll give it to you so that you can promote it in the Ren form. It's not about profits, it's not how much you sell, it's about visibility and about every licensee has their terms and conditions. And some of them include minimum pricing, some of them include edition sizes, some of them include a lot of things. And one of them is to balance out and to keep the margins and the numbers comfortable, to try and balance out edition sizes and price of the statue.
Definitely. And so, so with, collectors need to look at it very subjective when they see a statue which is 5,000 or 10,000 ES. And basically why it's like that is because that is what the company has signed on to do. And don't forget, they are catering to a worldwide market. When it is a worldwide market, you are catering to a lot more people than the people just in your state or in your town. So, you can't get a license which is worldwide and make 10. And if you do make 10, then the price needs to be 10,000, because then, the companies need to get their share and you need to get your share so you can make another one. And the more limited it is, the more higher the price would be. And that just makes sense, because the more limited a Ferrari is, the higher the price will be. The more limited a Chanel bag is, the higher the price will be. So sometimes collectors don't understand this. They're kind of like, oh no, the edition size is too high. Why are they doing this? They're milking us, but they're not really. It's just the terms and the conditions of the licenses that they got, right?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So, okay, guys, that is us for the week. Is there anything else that you want to add in this week?
Yeah, thank you very much again for those of you who are following us, those of you who are listening to our chat. We do ramble on, but we try our best to give you as informative as we can. Danny has a lot of experience in the collectors industry. I have a lot of experience in production and art, and we try to share our knowledge with you guys, so you guys are more informed in your collection, and of course talk about bathos and so on and so forth. So the next chat, try and catch us on the next chat, and if you have anything you want us to talk about, feel free to message us, post it on Facebook, or message us on this chat, and we will talk about it.
Yeah, no, definitely, and we try and come up with topics which collectors are speaking about and stuff like that. But if there's anything that you want us to speak about, and me and Mafizel and the whole team at HMO, we are working behind the scenes, making statues and stuff like that. So I think that nearly every single day I work on either ideas or some form of content on Bathos. And when we do get other licenses and stuff, the same will apply. We'll put a few hours to Bathos, a few hours to that license, a few hours to the Bus, Beastly Beauties, whatever we're doing. So we are very passionate. And we'd like to thank all of you guys for watching the chat. And we will check you next week. We don't really know the day because it always changes. But thanks, guys, and hope to see you next week.
Bye.
All right, see you. Bye.